Welcome to the HB Matters channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the top reasons why your WordPress site is slow. We're going to be going over the 7 most common causes of a slow WordPress site and how you can fix each one. So let's jump right in here. Number 1, slow hosting. I have seen dozens of websites that have come to us with shared hosting, and that is the first thing that we look at is, how is your hosting? Is it being shared with a bunch of other websites that are eating up your resources? We want to make sure the time to first byte is preferably under 200 milliseconds, but really if it's over 600 milliseconds, and I've seen ones, over a couple seconds, it's definitely the host that's causing the majority of the speed issues. And you should start by moving to a WordPress specific host, one that's built around performance and security. The one that we like the best is Kinsta. So I would not start on any plugin fixes. I would not be looking at any of the other issues before you fix your hosting. So number 2 is caching. Caching is a very important part of optimizing your website speed because you're serving a version of that page. So you don't need to constantly have users re-grab a new version. They could just get the cached version. And it's a great way to speed up the site very quickly, but it's not everything. So there's more things that we could do to speed things up. Bad plugins. I have seen so many plugins, especially ones like sliders. You've got WooCommerce. All of these plugins will load on every page on the website. So even if you're not loading those scripts, or you don't need to load those scripts on every page, they will load site-wide. So you want to use a good plugin like Perf Matters or Asset Cleanup Pro and make sure that these scripts are loading just on the pages they're needed. For example, if it's a contact form, you want to make sure that the contact form is only loaded on the contact page or wherever you collect form submissions. Now, obviously, the best answer is just to get rid of those plugins. So if there's any that you're not using, definitely start there. Now, images. Let's talk a little bit about images. Next-gen formats, also known as WebP or AVIF images, those are 300 to 400% faster than JPEG and PNGs. So we want to make sure that we're loading all of our images on the site in the WebP format. Now, you could use a plugin to do this. Many plugins that do this. Short Pixel, Magify is another one, Smush Pro, all of them will do the same job. But what I would suggest is just upload them or just compress it to a WebP image before you upload it, and then you won't have to constantly re-optimize the images every month. If you just add that to your process, it could speed things up quite a bit. So also, you want to make sure all your images are compressed. Again, any of those 3 plugins I mentioned will do the job. You want to make sure your compression level is set properly for your website. If you have an e-commerce store, something on WooCommerce, we want to make sure that your site's not going to show blurry or grainy images. Whereas if it's a B2B website, you might not care as much. You might want to chase those load times. So compression level is important. CDNs will save your website. The one that we really prefer is Cloudflare. Bunny CDN is a good one that we've also used. Now, Cloudflare is free, and for most sites, it'll be good enough. A content delivery network really just speeds up the load time from you to the visitor. So if your server is in Dallas, Texas, and you have somebody in Florida who's trying to access the website, it will serve the website from a server closer to them instead of where the server actually lives. It just copies the website to other servers. It speeds up that delivery time. So highly recommended. Now, bloated themes. I could spend 20 minutes on this. You have quite a few themes and page builders. Some of the most popular ones like Divi, Elementor, Avada. They've made a lot of performance improvements over the years. But still, it's not our recommendation, and that's another place I would start cleaning up code while you're cleaning up your plugins is your theme could slow things down significantly. It can load a lot of unnecessary code and features that might not be used at all. So you want to make sure, start with the builder. Then go to your theme and then check if you have add-ons for your page builder or for your theme. That's the best way to clean up this unused code. Now, database. There are things called WordPress revisions that lots of folks don't know about. Every time you update your website or a page on your site, it creates a revision. These revisions will stack up over time and slow your website down significantly. So any database optimization plugin, I'll link a few in the link in the comments on some of the ones that we use to help clean this up. But definitely, especially if you have a WooCommerce site as well, you want to make sure you're cleaning up your database every quarter. So PageSpeed Insights is the main tool that we use to diagnose a lot of these issues. If you're going to be looking at fixing your core web vitals specifically, we would suggest real user monitoring tools instead. We have a handful of recommendations. I'll also put those in the link in the comments. So I would just go through each of those issues that we just talked on, each of those recommendations, and apply them to your site. You should see a lot better speed very quickly. But if you are still struggling, feel free to head to pagespeedmatters.com. That's my company. We've fixed over 1,500 websites, slow websites, turned them into fast websites. I got them to less than 1 to 2 second load times. And we offer a free audit going over all the issues with your site. So thanks for watching and see you in the next video.